Topics at the tea table. Topics at the tea table. What we talking about? What we talking about? Topics at the tea table. Topics at the tea table. What we talking about? What we talking about? Hosted by Vanessa J. And it can't be a better way. Grab your tea and take a seat, cause you're in for a little treat. Topics at the tea table. Hosted by Vanessa J.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another segment of Topics at the Tea Table. I'm your girl, Vanessa J. I miss you guys.
You too.
Yay! I got my girls back. We have D.
Hi.
Ian.
Hello.
That was dry, D. And we have Kay. And we have Kay.
Hello, world.
We haven't seen you guys since April, so we missed our show in May. So we're back now for June. We gotta bring it home good, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get started, I always like to start with a toast. So let's get our tea before can we clink? See, D already getting us sippy. So let's clink. Welcome to another segment of Topics at the Tea Table. Clink. Now you can sip, D.
It was too much in here.
Okay. Pomegranate?
Or granted.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
I made the tea, y'all. Okay, guys. So this time, we're going to talk about our young people, guys. So this has been on my mind, and I wanted to share it with, she is having the hardest time opening up these Mentos, y'all. So you got it open? Okay, she got it open, y'all. It's safe. Okay, we're going to talk about our young people. So what are your thoughts about our young preteen girls listening to these new artists like the City Girls, Young and May, now all that new, Nicki Minaj, y'all know about Nicki, Cardi B, y'all know about Cardi, and this new chick, Megan Thee Stallion. You know, she got that song, Big Old Freak, Simon Says. But my thing is, all these songs, even with Nicki as well, and Cardi B, they're talking about sex, giving head, all kind of oral sex. And our young girls are listening to that. Like you guys, the Megatron, with the new video Megatron, that Nicki Minaj have, and talking about oral sex. So how do we monitor our kids, on how do we give them that talk about, you know what, you don't have to act that way to be seen, to be noticed. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our preteens now are thinking that that's okay because they are pretty much trying to emulate what they see on TV. Well, all these, like I said, these young women, beautiful women at that. And so they're trying to be like them with the hair and the weave and, with the booties and boobs out, things like that. So what do we say to our young girls that's pretty much trying to emulate or be something they're not? What do we say? Who want to start off on that one?
That's tough. It's hard to really find the words. You just have to try to instill in the young girls as early as possible that you are beautiful as you are,
right?
And that you are loved, and talk a lot about self-respect. I think that's important, and
self-worth,
right? Absolutely. But I think it's just such a hard battle because of how much influence the TV personalities and all these quote-unquote stars have on our children. But you just got to get a hold of them as early as possible and let them know that they are worth something as they are, and you don't have to do this in order to be somebody. And try to point them in the direction, showing them successful people who are still in their rare forms, like the Jada Pinkins and the Halle Berrys, these beautiful women who are still very natural. Right. I mean, I think that's the start.
And I brought up that because I know someone who was talking about her daughter. I think her daughter's going to the 8th grade, so she's about 12 or 13 years old. And she was saying that how, I guess, her self-esteem is not where it should be right now, because she have other friends in her class that wearing these long weave lace fronts at 13 years old. I'd be doggone if I had a little girl trying to wear lace fronts, long as ever, all on Snapchat, taking these pictures, just trying to be like them and popping their booty and all that type of stuff. But this is the thing that killed me. She made a comment. She said her daughter friend was on Snapchat, and this is what she said: "Put a condom on your heart so I can F your feelings."
Oh wow.
This 13 years old talking like this.
Those must be lyrics or something, right?
I don't know the lyrics or not. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to, listen again to Megatron girl. I mean, what's her name?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj or Megan girl.
The kids these days, they're not even witty enough to come up with something like that.
Right.
So that's something that she heard.
But a 13-year-old saying that on Snapchat, and y'all wondering where all this sex trafficking come from,
Right,
or
right.
Kids being abused and things like that. But look
Right.
what you're doing on Snapchat,
Right.
and where's the monitoring coming on? Like, is there a type of? And they watching these videos. If they see these videos on YouTube, I mean, I know they have restrictions or some type of code they can put in, but it's the same for YouTube as well. Like, you put a restrictions and stuff on YouTube of the videos.
You can, yes.
But are they doing it though?
I don't know.
I honestly think that the majority of the influence come from home,
Okay.
because they are going to hear that anyway.
That's true.
Period. So you can't really stop that because they have friends at school,
Right.
so they're going to be exposed to it.
Right.
But it's that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And like she said,
Okay.
Kay said, you have to start early,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but you don't stop.
Right.
It's a
Right.
daily talk.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So you're molding your child to where they're not even comfortable. Like, they can be around it, but they know, like, that's not what I do.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have some kids, like say for instance for school, because D, you in the school system, and I'm sure you have seen girls that try to. They're in uniform, right?
They're in uniform.
Spruce up the uniform a little bit.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
They try it. They want to tie it up on the side.
Yes,
or,
right.
That's why we have a strict uniform policy.
Okay.
And you can't step out of that strict uniform policy. You wear the uniform how it is in the handbook.
Right.
Because of those issues.
Right.
So, and that cuts down, the uniform thing came into play because it cuts down on bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the area that I teach in.
Right.
But they still will try it.
Mm-hmm.
But like A said, do we call you A or N?
It's in. It was in.
I'm sorry.
It was in.
Like N said, it's the foundation is at home.
Right.
I told the culture team at our school that what they need to do is they need to get data collected on the school
Okay.
as far as what percentage of our kids are in foster homes, what percentage of our kids are in one parent household,
That's
what
important.
percentage of the kids are staying with grandparents,
Right.
because and that helps with the teachers who come from other places to
Yes.
teach in the inner city to
Yes.
get more of a connection so you can see what
Right.
you're dealing with.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you saying that this child is being like disrespectful because of something he said because the child smacked their teeth or they
Yeah.
said man,
Right.
and really it's disrespect, but it doesn't warrant like you suspending them or
Right.
anything
Right.
like that. So
Right.
just get a understanding of what culture
Mm-hmm.
that you're teaching them. But how do we get here? How do we get to this subject? We were talking about
She asked about
The
school.
school.
Right,
How the
okay,
girls-
and
I don't know how the uniform
I
got
don't
to.
know either. But, yeah, we're talking about uniforms. Let's bring the comment.
Right.
But the
no,
image,
that was interesting though.
yeah, but image is a big thing. It's
Right.
big for the kids because you know how people say you have visual learners.
Yes.
I think that our kids are, because I'm a visual learner.
I'm a visual learner
I have
too.
to see it, but our
Yes.
kids are visual adapters. They just adapt to what they see.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and that's all that they see. So that's what they
Right.
try to emulate.
Right.
Right. So, like you said, we have to make sure talk to our kids on a daily basis, especially our young women, because, like you said, that's going to be out there. Even when we were growing up, we had our celebrities we used to like too, right? Even if it was my era, was Janet Jackson. We
But
all
all
know
these
Janet
fake body
Jackson.
parts.
That's
and
another thing,
everything
right?
Was not
Right.
big.
Right.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
This is new
They were
new
still
stuff.
natural
Right.
back
They
then.
were
Yeah.
still natural. Yeah, they barely had
beautiful.
fake nails on,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So
you might put some hair in your head
Yes.
or whatever,
Right.
some
Yes.
makeup, but now
it's booties and boobs.
and you put so much hair and makeup on that when you do take it off, you look like a completely different person. It
Right.
used to be used to enhance beauty.
Yes.
Now it's used to completely change your look. Like
Right.
you're not proud or you're not happy of who you naturally are.
Right.
Right.
And
right.
that message to me is completely unacceptable to be sending to young children.
Right,
Right, right.
And then I feel like times have really changed. So when I was in junior high school, like at home, I couldn't listen to that type of music.
Okay.
Daddy was a pastor.
Right.
You know, Mama was into church, so we couldn't. That type of music wasn't even allowed. But I had friends who would sneak me, make me copies of the CDs. Little Kim, I would get to that. And so I'm listening to the lyrics, memorizing them, rapping them. But I didn't realize what they were talking about till I was like grown.
Right.
I feel like the kids know exactly what these rappers are saying. They know what they're talking about. They know about sex. We didn't really know what we were singing and rapping about back then.
Right.
What was Genuine song? Pony.
Oh yeah, that was a jam.
We already know that. They were talking about sex.
Right.
You know, it's a dance.
It was a good
Right.
beat. He looked
Exactly. He
good.
looked good. He knew how to dance and all that good stuff. Yeah.
But now the kids, they know exactly.
Right. And do you have a friend who had a sleepover? And yeah,
I actually had to sleep.
Okay. Well, go ahead. More tea.
Go ahead, right. I had to sleep over for my daughter recently, and I was getting ready to, because we had a hotel. She had a little hotel party, and so after we checked out, we came back to my house, and then I was taking the girls to this place out somewhere else, another fun place, part 2 to the party. So while we getting ready, I'm, getting them ready to transition to the next stop. They went downstairs. They playing. I'm not thinking nothing of it.
And how old are they?
10.
All of them 10.
Yes, maybe 1 or 2 9-year-olds, but all of them were 10. And so I'm upstairs. I'm upstairs getting ready, and so I hear music, but I'm really not paying attention because I'm still getting things in order.
Okay.
So I'm listening, and I'm like, wait a minute. So I go downstairs. No, my husband came upstairs first.
Okay.
He's like, these girls, they just getting fast too quick. They this music. I'm like, what you talking about? What music?
Right.
So that's when I went downstairs to investigate. I'm like, why you ain't say nothing? But anyway, so I went downstairs to investigate. So I guess they were having a dance competition. One group of girls was in the back room getting ready, and the other one was in like my front part of my basement getting ready.
Okay.
So the girls in the front part, I'm here, Megan Thee Stallion, big old bread. And they picking up. I was frozen at first because my child was a part of the Megan Thee Stallion group.
Wow.
But she knew in her mind, like,
she couldn't pop it.
Right. So she kind of was just like laying there watching them, like, I'm just going to watch it. But instead of her saying, like, hey, we can't listen to this type of stuff up in here, like, I'm going to have, So I was in shock for a little bit, but after a while, I went off. I said, listen, we don't listen to this type of music.
Where would they have somebody's phone?
Yes, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Yes. On YouTube.
YouTube, listen to it, and then one of them yelled out, well, it's the edited version. I said, there is no edited version to this song.
Right.
They know what they knew it was wrong.
They had to cut her off. If y'all saw the BET Awards, that first song, she get like 10 seconds of it. And they cut it off because everything bleep, 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 bleep.
Really?
She just sang on a BET Awards. She came and performed. The first, I can't remember which song it was. The first song, it was like 20 seconds because she couldn't even finish it. She had to go to the next song because it was all that stuff. And them young girls on that first row, because they was outside, was all knew all the lyrics and everything.
Yeah.
And that's like, what?
I'm like, 9 and 10, no, not in my house.
Right.
As for me in my house, we don't listen to that type of music.
Right. Mommy may.
Right.
In the car alone. Because don't get me wrong, y'all. My listeners out there, we like the song. I like it. I like Megan Thee Stallion since I just heard her recently. Because I didn't know who she was. So somebody had told me about her. I was like, oh, okay. So I started listening to her videos. I saw she got a nice beat. She can rap and everything. I said, you know what? What about our young women, young girls?
And somebody even put me on to the fact that she's educated. She's in college.
She's in college. Yep.
At HBCU.
Yep. She is.
And the thing about, even though she exposes her body, she's still natural. Like nothing has been enhanced on her body. But it's out there. We can see it. But mine can't listen to it.
Yeah. Right. And it's just the lyrics, it's too provocative. You know what I'm saying? It's really for grown people, but the audience that's listening to it now are young people. That's what worries me.
Because people don't want to hear too much of that.
Exactly. They don't, because it's like, sometimes, like, if I'm listening to rap music, sometimes you just get on my nerve, like, oh my God, But I like old school stuff, but sometimes when I listen to too much rap, it's just like, oh my God, what the hell are they saying? It's irritating, and I don't like all that. But my main focus is these young girls, like you said, 10-year-olds, listen to this, and edited version or not. you know what they saying. And everything's about oral sex.
Right.
And these kids, so they hear it, they think it's okay to do it.
Yeah.
And they constantly seeing on movie and BET show everything now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There is nothing that's
They showing it.
They showing everything now. BET, they show a little Lifetime, and these kids are watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because matter of fact, I know you can put restrictions on different channels, but they ain't doing it on BET because that's Black Entertainment Television, and the kids like videos. So I'm just telling, everything is on. They showing a cursing.
Yeah.
Even on like VH1, I was watching one of the like housewives shows and a few other shows, and it's just funny to me how now they expose everybody smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's just okay to show it on TV now. Like, me and so passing this, and all the TV shows, the reality shows that they know these kids is into and watching.
Right.
It's like, you know, these things happen in the world, but to have it on TV, like broadcasted for the world to see, like it's just okay, let's all do this.
Right.
I think they need to get some stuff in order.
Right.
More restrictions.
Right,
Absolutely.
yeah. Some of the restrictions or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. And main thing is, you know, to close up this part here, I just want, you know, the parents to continue to talk to your children, let them know their worth, they're valuable, and they don't have to expose themselves to be liked, to be noticed. Right. You know, you don't have to do that. If you're a natural person, be natural. You know, you need to be a middle leader, not a follower. Exactly. That's one to say things. Well, Freeze teased me because even with my son's 19 years old, every day while he was in school, even though he's away in school, I would text him, be a leader, and he's like, and always, no, I said, not be a leader, be a winner. Be a winner, and he'd text back and always do my best. You know what I'm saying? And 19 years old, and so when he go over to New York, I'm gonna say the same thing, be a winner and always doing best. You know, because you don't have to. I don't know.
It's just so many followers.
It is. You need to be leaders. It is. It's so many followers. So parents, continue to talk to your children. Let them know their value, their worth, and you are the example too. Absolutely. You have to set the example. Right. You set the example, and then when you have your kids going over these sleepovers, investigate. Find out who house they're going over.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can't go over sleepover.
See, there you go.
Sleep over. So if you want friends to come over, they can come over.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's how my mom was. They come over here. You know, you couldn't, unless it was cousins or something, we couldn't go over our friend's house. We could not do that at all. You know, I'm like, why you being strict? But I understand why. Because you don't know who live in that household.
No.
Uncles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Baby daddies. Right, exactly. You don't know who's who. And so much stuff, right. And so much stuff's happening.
Yeah.
You know, so much stuff is happening, guys. So again, you know, you all parents, continue to talk to your kids on a daily basis, and you know, let them know they don't have to do that to be exposed to get recognition. So let's talk about what are your thoughts about our young people, teenagers having frivolous sex? What age should we start talking to our young people about sex? They seeing it on the videos, they seeing it on the movies and the shows and everything. What age is a good age to start talking? Is it like, I'm gonna give an example. When I was growing up, we were not talking about sex in my household at all. At all, I promise you. When I came, you know, when it started the menstrual period, I think I was like 10 or 11 or whatever. All I know was I was freaking out when I, you know, went to the bathroom. I'm about to die, lady. You don't know what was going on, right? So my mom was like, she came into the bathroom. She said, okay, you growing up. You know, you're about to be a young woman or whatever. She showed me what to do, keep yourself clean, all this other good stuff. You know, all the talk about that. And her main thing she said was, keep your pocketbook closed. That was it. Keep pocketbook closed. I had to learn sex ed in school. High school. Friends having sex. It was some everything. So probably I did was probably peck or somebody, you know, when I was in school or whatever. But it was just like sex ed was taught in school. At what age do you have so many? And I had a friend who got pregnant as soon as she went to high school, freshman year. You know what I'm saying? So what age should we start talking to our children about sex? Should it be when they first come on their cycle? Should it be way before then? Should we wait till they 13, their 16th birthday? And what age is a good age? I know to each his own, but what age you all think? So some of you all have girls. Did you think that it's a good age, bless you, that you start having that conversation?
That's a good question, because same for me. In my house, we didn't talk about sex. I don't even think by the time I was in high school, they had really stopped teaching sex ed.
They did.
They had stopped it?
Yeah.
Wow.
We had health,
Okay.
but they weren't talking about sex education.
Okay.
So I learned from friends.
Yep.
Streets,
Yeah.
TV,
TV, right.
just other things,
Right,
like, because I didn't learn it at home, and that's something that I wish I would have learned about at home.
Right.
So for me, even though I regret the day I have to talk to mine about it because it means that she's growing up and this world is so, but for me, it would probably be,
You don't want to have that conversation.
I don't,
you
but
have
I will,
to.
but I will.
You
It's
have
a
to.
must.
Yes, it's a must.
I have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about, I teach middle school, and they're aware
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
around 5th, 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, so probably for me, around 5th grade, I would start touching up on it. It's just like different pockets
Yeah. Yeah.
that I'm gonna reach
Okay.
into at a certain age.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna get the full whammy
Mm-hmm.
before you hit high school.
There you go. Okay. What you think,
That's
Ian?
too late.
I'm saying like the full, but so for like, I'm saying like the full like intimate depths of it. So like junior high school, I'm talking to you, you gonna learn about sex, but you know it's just like different areas of it. So
So you're gonna teach about their bodies first.
yes,
Okay, and go more
Yeah.
in depth with it that the school does.
right.
Okay. Okay.
But like high school, before you hit high school, you gonna be fully aware and educated on sex,
Okay.
every in and out of it,
Okay.
and what can happen if you think you're about to run around here
Right. Right.
and be
Right.
a thought pocket.
Yeah. You should say thought pocket.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
number, y'all. Thought pocket.
I kind of agree with where Ian was going with it. Like, you know, I understand by high school you would want them to be fully aware, but in this day and age, I feel like they need to know so much sooner. Because, again, like you just made the statement, D, that you wish you would have known prior to the way you found out. You wish you would have learned it at home. Wait until your child hits high school. In this day and age, they will already know. They will have been taught by somebody
They
else
won't feel
at that
comfortable
point.
with what you talking about.
So what should what do you feel like? I guess for me,
You want to finish that candy?
yeah. Sorry.
But she swallowed it.
She will know what sex is.
Go ahead. Finish chewing.
So for me, like I don't want to scare her straight, but sometimes that works. Like in that middle school.
She keep moving from side to side of your mouth. Just chew it.
We all like this.
Right. Are you gonna finish that candy?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We gonna, so like she gonna learn about the different type of diseases she can get if she do A, Y, and Z, the different stuff like that. I guess what I mean maybe about like going into high school is like it's hard to explain.
That's your baby, right?
you gotta get down and dirty.
Yeah.
You gotta let
No,
her
I'm not afraid to have a
oral
conversation with her, but I just think
what
that
it means.
Right.
yeah,
Right.
That's all.
Right.
That's all junior high school. I think that once what I meant about the full arena of it is like once she's about to go to junior high, it kind of has to shift a little bit. The conversation has to shift to like about knowing what love is,
But
between
you know
love and sex and like different stuff like that. Like it'll be more in-depth adult conversations because certain conversations about sex, they man can't really process, I think, about certain things. But yeah, in junior high school, they're like, hey, you do this, you can get herpes. You can get herpes doing this, you
Right,
can get
yeah.
clap doing this, you know.
But do you think that even having that conversation, when you said the girls was down and listened to Megan,
yeah.
do you think at that time, not to have a conversation with the old girls, but that's like maybe inappropriate, like why you having a conversation about my daughter?
Right.
About I would appreciate it, but
Right.
some women, you know how they queers may be.
right.
But I'm saying like after the fact,
That would.
like you would have been called to the side, like when y'all went home or whatever. Remember you was listening to that song Megan Thee Stallion? Do you know what she be saying?
What's that
And
mean?
I
You know what
did.
is that? What does that mean
I
to you,
sure
right?
did. I did
You
talk to her
know?
about that. I said, do you even know what she's talking about? She's like, Mommy, I don't even know who she is.
Right, yeah. But, right, you probably could have put a little pocket there. You know what I'm saying? Starting early. Because how old is she?
She's 10. She turned 10.
She's 10. Yeah.
It's time
That's
to start.
This time. This time you started
talking
in.
about, like,
I started at 10.
What did you say?
Yeah.
When Jada started at 10, when she was age
Little
10.
J. Mm-hmm.
I first asked her what did she know.
Okay.
So I want to see where her head was at.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know too much. All she knew at that time was just about kissing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I started saying the words like sex
Okay.
to her so she can be aware, because I knew she was going into the age where all parents don't care about that, so the kids are learning really fast.
Right.
So I didn't want her to learn from somebody else and get the wrong information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister really started me on saying what the parts are, not call them cute names, call it what it is.
Right.
Vagina,
Yep.
penis,
Mm-hmm. Now we.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do that with her, and I would we just had conversation like this is your temple, and you don't allow people in your temple. No one. I said you wait until you are older and married.
Okay.
And so we have talks like that, like good touch, bad touch,
Right.
just different talks. And then I think that she was getting older and she started to form, and I'm like, okay, she's growing up. So now it's time to educate you on why I say you don't need to have sex.
That's what I mean by the step-by-step process of it.
Okay.
It's different areas you got to touch, because at an age where they like maybe when they become aware, like maybe like 5 on up to about now, you have to have that conversation about nobody's to touch
Right.
you.
Right.
Nobody's
Right.
you got
Exactly.
to just take different pockets of it. You can't overstimulate their mind, because
Right.
then it becomes like overload. So that's what I meant by like different seasons and pockets
Okay.
of it at certain ages.
Mhm.
Will they be able to process it?
Okay.
Because still, even though girls mature faster than boys, it's still a maturity level you have to think about.
Right.
But I think
I
in
didn't really-
high school, they know fully about sex.
That's why, and she will fully know too before she even step foot up in there. She gonna
Right.
fully know
I mean, not
about it.
high school. I'm gonna say junior high school.
Junior high school.
It's just what they,
Fifth
it's what they
grade,
hear.
I really started digging in. Like, I made her research each
Okay.
STD.
Oh wow.
So she would go to
That's
school
nice.
and
Yeah.
educate her friends on
Yeah.
don't
Right.
start that kissing because you can't catch an STD from kissing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good homework assignment. Parents
Yeah.
out there listening.
Yeah.
Got them young people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for girls, for boys too.
Right.
Because I
Definitely.
talked to my son about sex and stuff like that, and so I had no clue at all. My coworkers obviously like, come on now, you know he having sex. I'm like, no, he not. He ain't doing that. He ain't. The girls he was dating and stuff like that. I'm like, no, he not. No, he not. But kind of find out, I think it happened in his junior year. You know what I'm saying? When I was aware of it, and I was so hurt. Like, oh my God, why you didn't tell me or whatever? And so, but he did tell me one time. I said, what you doing this and this and that or whatever? And he told me I'm doing the same thing you were doing when you was my age. I'm like, oh, okay, did he just check me, boo? So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay. So I couldn't really say anything. So I know I have listeners out there too who may have done things in the past when they were in high school growing up, but it's different these days. And the same thing our parents say, well, it's different. It's different.
Right.
But now I really, really think that times have changed. STDs are just flowing rapidly, especially
Right,
herpes.
yeah.
These colleges, universities, kids are getting herpes
cannot
left
get
and
rid
right,
of.
and you cannot get rid of herpes forever. Herpes and HIV, that's it. That's done.
Yeah.
Syphilis, all this other stuff. Yeah, you get it. Antibiotics or whatever, and you good. But you're still not good. 'Cause that stuff can still. I mean, it's disgusting. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you protect yourself. And again, Kay, you want to elaborate a little bit about what you think the age is appropriate for parents to start, teaching their young girls and boys?
I mean, kind of like what they were both saying. It's levels to it. It's stages. You definitely have to know your child.
Right.
Children advance and mature at different levels. But
Right.
it's important to start teaching them early what to accept and what not to accept.
Right.
Like Ann said, she had her do some research.
Yes, I like that.
I think
really do.
another good way,
Look at
just
those
from
pictures.
working in the school.
Oh yeah, look at the
system.
pictures of what
Yeah,
happens. Right, they
and
show that on Google.
it's
Right, y'all
disgusting.
Googling Megan. Google on the other side. Google them little STDs with your little thing falling off, and your vagina all jacked up. Yeah, it's on Google. It's on Google.
You really be turned to a monkey.
Yeah. Got the itches. Like, why am I itching? Yeah, you know why you're kitchen, your lips all got the bumps all around your lips. I'm like,
Turn into a monkey. Say it like that.
oh gosh. But
The
like,
earlier the better. Though,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because these kids are learning so much from the streets and from the Megan and the Stallions and the Cardi B's and unfortunately they are making sex seem like the coolest thing around. So if you're not participating in it, you're not a part of the cool crowd.
right.
Yeah.
And a lot of things they think is, you know, I was watching Being Mary Jane one day, and right. And so I'm trying to catch up on it, right? And so her mom, Mary Jane mom, is so cool, whatever. So she had asked her, she said something about, you know, did you have sex with him? And she gave him the look, okay, you know, I'm just gonna break it down for you. Did his penis go in any hole in your body? She had to break it down, you know, and so she didn't answer. Obviously, that even though you may not having, you know, sexual, we actually having sex with the vagina and the penis, but the thing is, at regular intercourse, but even doing oral sex, it's still sex,
Right.
and you can still catch stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
That's even worse.
it's even worse, but a lot of our young girls are doing that
So
just to
much.
be popular. You know what I'm saying? And I know you've been in the school system because they was doing it when I was in the school system,
Right.
and then when you was in the school system,
Right.
you know, they
And
were
that was
doing
a
it.
long time ago.
Exactly. So I
don't
know it's
imagine what they're doing
exactly.
now.
Oh yeah. Remember somebody
Technology.
exactly. And somebody even got caught in the back of the class. I remember that. I'm like, you gotta be
On the
kidding me.
bus.
On the bus, in that back of that bus,
Yeah.
on the front of that bus.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's prevalent everywhere. So I agree with you guys. You know, different stages. You start early. What if like you're co-parenting? We're gonna talk about that. So when you co-parenting and you ready to have that conversation, you know, with your child, but the father is not. What do you do with that? You know, do you still like, you know, if he's not in agreement with you, like, no, I think you know they're too young to hear about that. What do you do with that?
Whose
Or
child is it?
it's both you guys' child. You know, you all co-parenting.
Oh,
Both you guys'
gotcha.
child.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You co-parenting, and then it's, you know, you, let's say for instance, it's my baby daddy's turn to keep the girls, and the girls are over there at the dad house, and he has a little girlfriend. Would it be okay if the girlfriend start having those conversations?
No.
Not at all.
No, absolutely not. Boundaries.
Boundaries.
It's boundaries.
Boundaries.
You know,
okay.
that's the conversation.
Even if you guys in agreement.
As
Who?
far as
It's in agreement, like, you know, it's a good time to have this conversation, but you rather have it come from the parent, us,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you as the mother is not comfortable having that conversation and you have a relationship with this quote unquote girlfriend enough where you trust her opinion and
Okay.
value what she has to say and has given her the okay to have this conversation with your child, that's a different story.
There you go.
But if this is just something she feels she can take upon herself while this child is over there with the daddy, that's absolutely unacceptable and
Right.
she is completely out of line.
And can't let her listen to that type of stuff either, right? Because let's say, for instance, if the girls are over the dad house over the weekend and the dad had to go to work or go to the store, whatever, so she's pretty much watching your kids, and she's watching Megan on the videos, watching these shows on BET that's having, you know, sex all over the place. Is that okay? What do you say with that? You want the little girl to go to another room? I mean, what does she do? If she said, well, what they call the baby mamas or the girlfriends, and they probably call her by name. Well, Janet, let me watch it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what happens then?
And that's when I would go to the father because that's his place to check her.
Right.
And then back to foundation. You know, if you are the primary caretaker of your daughters and you are teaching them right at home, then they know when that kind of stuff comes on.
They know leave the room.
Exit.
Yep.
Exit
Right.
stage left.
Yeah.
You know, my
Right.
mommy would not be happy knowing
Right.
that I was sitting here watching this. So I'm gonna go in the other room, even if it's to
Right.
read a book, watch another TV, whatever you need to do. If it's instilled in them that would disappoint mommy,
Yeah.
you know,
They wouldn't feel comfortable.
they wouldn't feel
Right.
comfortable
because
doing it.
it's hard to control the climate in somebody else's house.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
especially that house where they paying the bills
Right.
and you know, like they gonna have attitude. This is my house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like Kay said, it's still in your child.
Right.
You know better. You know I don't let you listen to that. You're not supposed to listen to that.
Right.
You're too young, so you go to another room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So what about when there's the co-parenting moments where there's a little boy, he's over, your house and you're watching the little boy and he loves his mama, which he should, and have to get used to you. You about to be the new mama. Not new, but stepmom or whatever. I don't really like the word stepmom, but technically what it is, stepmom, you know. So how do you deal with that? You guys know anybody who co-parent who may have a struggle in the beginning trying to get used to that child, girl or boy, you know, trying to get used to that child over your home who really may not be as receptive to you because you're not mom.
Right.
And you trying to discipline that child, but you know, like it's time to go to bed. Well, mom let me stay up to 2 o'clock, or mom let me stay up to 10. But you're over my house right now, and it's a battle, it's a struggle. Then when the daddy intervenes, he's like, "Well, go ahead, let him stay up to 11." To me, I feel that's maybe disrespectful. Like, wait a minute now, this is my home. We stay together, and these are my rules in my home. So how do you deal with situations like that?
Well, thankfully for me, because I co-parent, but for me, the child, my bonus child, it wasn't a disrespectful child.
Good.
So, but it was some things he had to get used to, the fact that because his mom was married, you know, so he was used to it over there.
Okay.
So when he comes with dad on the weekends, he just used to just daddy on the weekends for so many years. So then here comes a new girlfriend, and then next thing you know, you're telling y'all not to get married. So now she here every time I'm here, she here. So that was a process for him to get adjusted to it. We gotta get adjusted to each other.
And what age was that?
4 going on 5. So we'll just say he was 5 when
Okay.
we got married. He was about to turn. We got married in June. He turned 5 in July.
Okay.
So I know that was an adjustment process for the both of us. Like for example, he was used to sleeping, coming out of his room, coming out of his bed, and getting to the bed with his daddy at night.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm drink some more tea.
the first night, I'm like, what? It's an extra set of legs up in here. What's going on?
Cold feet.
What's poppin'? You know, because you know, just like, you know, first being in a relationship, first married, you having sex. That's just real. Every day.
Right.
Sometimes several times a day.
Right.
You know, it's this beginning stage. We still honeymooning, right?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling that extra set of legs. I'm like, what's going on? And you know, it's, you know, and I'm like, what? So, you know, first day I didn't really say too much. When I noticed the pattern,
Okay. Right.
I said, okay, let me talk to hubby. I'm like, so here's the thing. This can't happen.
Right.
He has his own room, his own bed. So him climbing in bed with us, that can't happen. I'm not used to that. I don't want him to get used to that. And that's just, you know, that was a struggle. Cause like, yes. Right. I said, he getting too old for that. You know, so, you know, it's just little pockets of that like that he had to get used to. And even his mom had to get used to my husband being married now. Because it was different times. You could call him at any time, any hour. That had to stop.
Yeah, right.
You know, so yeah, so
checking on the baby.
Right.
Even though he over there.
Yeah.
Right. You know, what is that? He's checking on him. He carried his own costume to the house.
It's 3 a.m. He sleep.
He's
Right. Like you should be asleep.
Right. He sleep and his daddy put me to sleep. What you gonna do? You should be calling at this time, lady.
He trying to put you.
Right.
You interrupted.
You know. I kid. Right. But yeah, it is. Co-parenting is something you have to get used to. But you know, when you know you have to do it off top, it's just you have to do it.
Right.
That's what I signed up for.
Right.
When I said I do, and it can be tricky parts of it. Again, thankfully, I didn't have too many issues with that. Just little stuff like that.
Right. Kay, you had experience with co-parenting?
I think it's important to, like you said, know what you signed up for in the beginning. I had experience with it, but when I originally signed up for the relationship, I didn't sign up to be a stepmom.
Okay.
You know, in my mind, the relationship was always Mr. Right now versus Mr. Right. So if I could be completely honest, I never wanted too much to do with the kids. I never wanted to build a relationship. So when they came around, I was nice.
I'm trying to keep it together.
You gave him a cookie? You gave him a cookie? What you get? What made you nice?
I was always very nice, cordial. Like, we would go out to dinner from time to time with them, but I was never trying to step into the disciplinary role.
Okay. Right.
You know, if as long as you weren't tearing up my house while you was in it, like, hey, you know, I just wasn't trying to play the role of stepmom because I knew that, to be honest, me and Dad wasn't gonna be forever. Like, I was having fun with him. Right. Fun turned into a few more years than I expected, but in the back of my mind, I still knew, because this man had 3 children, I had none. Yeah. So for me, when it was time for me to get ready to have a family, you know, get married, I knew that this wasn't the man for me, because I never wanted to start my family bringing 3 other children in. Everybody has their own preference. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not saying my opinion is good or no, but that was how I felt about the situation.
And I totally agree. Yeah.
And so, but I think it can be difficult. I do feel like the first few meetings with them, they were looking at me like maybe Dad was a player for a while, and now this must be serious because we keep seeing this girl, and he's bringing us around, and I felt like it was a little pushback, like we don't really want to talk to her, we don't really have much to say, and unfortunately I didn't care much. It was like, well, when they're ready to talk, they'll talk, and if they don't, then we'll all sit here in silence, like so I never forced the relationship, but if it was somebody like Dee said, who I knew I signed up for this and this was what I wanted for the long haul, I would have for sure put more effort into it to try to break those barriers and kind of make sure we were a unified family, but I never saw us as a family.
Right.
What about you, Ann? Any experiences or know someone?
No experience. I don't think I would be great at it.
You don't think you would be?
Yeah. You said be okay with it?
I don't think I would be great at it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you just kind of got to know who you are, right? Who you are and stay in your lane.
Right, yeah. That's kind of like with me, because like I said,
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, people call it selfish or whatever. I did not want to be with anybody with kids. Yeah. Now when I got married, no, I want to make sure, Lord, that's probably selfish, because I had one. But I was like, no, Lord, whoever you bring me, no kids. Because I can't do it, because my child come first, period. So I'll just lucked up, I guess, you know, have being somebody with no kids, because I don't know, even I've dated guys with kids, you know, but it was still kind of difficult in a way, a little bit of what again, you be nice, you're nice, but my son getting the first piece of chicken, you know what I'm saying, you know, period. So I don't know.
But see, I respect that, because what makes me mad is when someone feels like that and still chooses to date someone who has kids and treat those kids wrong.
Yeah.
See,
if you know you
right,
can't handle it,
exactly.
don't do those kids.
Right. Yep.
Don't think you're just gonna be able to snatch him out and then deal with them when you feel like it.
Right. Or get mad when it's his turn to have the kids and you don't want to have nothing to do with him. But sometimes that can work both ways, because if it's his turn to have the kids, you want him to spend time with his kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want that. But if you all trying to build something and grow, you gotta somehow blend it together. But when do you come first? Because I'm that type of person. I want to be first. Me and my son was a package deal. We are first, but that's just how it was. So people say you're wrong, you know. That's, you know, you
to each his own.
To each his own, right? Exactly. You know, and I'm happy with it, and he was happy with it. It'd be 8 years, so I'm good. Yeah. You know,
I was blessed too to find somebody with no kids. I prayed for the same thing. Like my Mr. Funds and my Mr. Right Now. Right. Like I said, I always knew those wasn't my Mr. Rights. Right. I prayed for my Mr. Right to come into this empty-handed, no baggage.
No baggage. Yes. Because that could be because. Think about it though, Dee. In the beginning, like you say, it probably was a struggle because
we had to get counseling for it.
See, and that's the thing.
For coping, how to deal with it, you know, for him, and because you know it was things, right? And we had to get adjusted to it. And I said the same thing. I'm not marrying anybody who has kids, whatever. But I mean, just the universe all different,
right?
God all different,
right? But at least it was one. Right. Not a gang of them by different baby mamas. Right. You know, so that could be another.
And then I thought in my head, I'm like, okay, it's one and she's married. She, you know, so she got her own thing going on. I ain't have to deal with her like that.
Yeah.
You would hope.
Anyway. You would think. Because I have friends too who thought the same thing. They married, but they still in the back of the day want their baby daddy.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still want him.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still want him. And then you also too, when you have a little baby involved and the baby's sick, she's calling, oh, the baby's sick. Get the baby some penicillin or whatever you need to get that baby.
Right.
A amoxicillin, whatever the hell they need to get that baby. You're not going over there at 12 o'clock at night.
Oh
See?
no.
Not at all.
Uh-uh.
Right?
Right.
Right.
So, I mean.
So yeah, it is. It takes a certain type of person,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then it just
for
depends
sure.
on, what how much you love that other person. Because when you love,
She would say
somebody-
something else.
No,
Right, she
keep it in me.
was. Right. Keep it cute.
When you love somebody, you willing to accept like
That's true.
everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
So like.
To each his own.
But
Yeah.
that's the key word, to accept.
Right.
And some women don't. Some
Yeah, they
women
don't.
think,
Some women
no,
can't.
we're going to get married and to get the rest of
No.
the
Yeah,
kids.
that's
that
so
never was-
wrong.
right.
That is dead wrong.
And you
right.
but you have men who actually allow the women to do that.
Yeah, we take
and
control.
To force
Yep. Mhm.
their child and force the child in a relationship that the father and the child once had.
Mhm.
Force it apart.
Yeah.
I frown upon that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
That's why
Because they don't deserve that.
yeah.
Right,
I
they
can't stand
don't.
up for it. I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Period. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it happens on a daily basis.
Right.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Even though I feel like, and this is just my opinion, people who work in education and with kids that aren't theirs, so they're saying like I won't be able to deal with it, but I feel like if Kay and V had to do it, I feel like you would be able to do it
I
because you
think
guys
you're
have a
right.
heart for
Yeah, we
you know.
do.
I know you do. I've
Yeah.
seen when you in your classroom. I've seen when you in yours.
Right.
I know you have a heart.
But
for
I wouldn't
children.
want to have one. If it was just his, I would do it. But if I had one already, mine still would be first. It's just me. That's probably selfish. My baby would still be first. Period. First. My baby get on that ride first. Your baby get on after mine. Let's get on
But
together.
you're aware. You got self-awareness.
Exactly. So maybe
But I
don't look at me like that.
I don't agree with it, but you are aware.
Yes, that's just me. Sorry,
Like you were
listeners.
saying, I think that you feel like that. But if you were placed in a situation and you eventually had to, like, you would come around. Like, you would probably make sure they stood side by side. It's never you in front of man, for sure.
Oh yeah. Right,
But,
right.
You would
I
get
make
that
sure they
point.
fed.
Like,
I would treat
I'm saying
them.
you would probably
Like a dog.
fix all the plates and then carry both of them at the same time. It
Right.
ain't always gonna be like, you get that chicken.
Right.
You get his food.
No, because I did date somebody before who, my son and his son were the same age. And I did treat both of them, with respect and equally and everything. They went took them to the zoo. They did everything, but
Get you a large pot. Order him a small.
no, but like you said, it's self-awareness. Like I'm just thankful, thank God. Sorry, listeners, don't stop my little followers because of that. I love all children.
Now,
God is love.
you did mention a different dynamic. So
Yeah.
I didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know where my head would be at because
Right.
I love my baby girl.
Yes.
So I don't know what my mind frame would be if I had a child.
Right,
Coming
right.
in.
Right, so,
in.
yeah,
I
right,
didn't have
exactly.
kids, so,
right.
I
That's what I'm saying,
knew
but it
that.
could have been different for me if I didn't
Yeah.
have any kids and then that person had kids or whatever. So, yeah, of course,
Because I do think
you
about when
accept
she
them.
came along, but that's when my daughter came, but that's a whole different segment. So I'm thinking, I'm hearing what you're saying. It is a different dynamic,
Yeah. Yeah.
but still, I feel like I think Ann said about it's not the kids' fault. They're just kids.
It's not, right. It's not
So-
the kids. No. I would, of course, y'all don't think I'm a bad person. I would treat that baby
Right.
with so much
I know.
respect and everything.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that, I don't know, it just, I
I
don't
just
know.
respect the fact that you know that about yourself. So
Yeah.
you don't put yourself in those shoes.
Right,
Right.
right, yeah.
Not that I agree with what you said,
Right.
but I do respect the fact that you don't like
Right.
to be in that place.
Yeah. So God forbid something would have ever happened to my husband, and then we have to move on with somebody else, and he have kids, and
Oh, they gonna
I don't
have
know.
kids.
Yeah. Or something wrong.
In this day and age, or they
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
And then it depends on what type of handle the man has on the women he had kids with. So I won't even say that I wouldn't deal with somebody who has more than one child or more than one person. It just depends. That's a man's man, and he take care of his business.
Yeah.
I don't ever have to worry about
Right.
the mom. So it just kind of depends on like.
Well, they find a way to sneak back in though.
But we get older, and at this point,
Right.
you know, the kids should be older at an age
Right.
where the mother and the father relationship should be more defined.
Yeah, that's true.
And everybody should know their role at this point.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we're not young anymore where you necessarily dating a man with a 1-year-old where they still trying to figure things out.
Hello.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
should be different in this time.
Because like you
Older.
said earlier, God forbid if, you know, I don't make it with mine, I know for a fact, I won't say I won't deal with a man with kids, but I'm not dealing with a man who has a 1-year-old,
Right.
a 2-year-old,
Right.
Right.
a 3-year-old.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna need you to be
Yeah.
at least 10.
Something.
Right. But so what's the difference then?
It's a big difference because like 1 and 2, you fresh up out that woman's bed.
You're right.
The relationship
That's
is
true.
still undefined.
That's
It's
true.
still
But what
fresh, and I
if
gotta
he's
do it.
actually done? If he's done?
Nah.
What if he's done?
He needs time.
Because sometimes
It's
that
just
one time you
mental.
got them pregnant, right? That one time, take that one time she got pregnant. They're done.
But for a woman to,
It's
I
more
mean, I could be
responsibility,
making
It
this
is
up.
more responsibility.
Yes.
That's true. It's more
But for a
responsibility.
woman to decide she want to keep a kid after she dealt with a man just one time, it's it's something emotionally attached there.
Right.
Like it's a catch-22. Either
She still got hope. She still got hope.
yeah,
And I'm
You
gonna
take
know
that
that.
hope away.
she looking for pocket change. She
Something.
looking for love.
Yeah.
Right.
She a hot mess. Like it's
Right.
something to it, you know.
Right.
Because why are you not protecting yourself enough to the point where you getting pregnant the first time you messing with somebody?
Right.
You know, is this a trap? What are you trying to
Or
do?
she thought they would grow together by getting pregnant. Some women out there getting pregnant because they think it's gonna grow. It's gonna
And,
be
and I'm not dealing with
something.
that goofiness.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
exactly. That's
One,
somebody you
no.
don't want to deal with.
Two,
Right.
no.
Because at this age, my bones don't heal the way that it used to, so I'm not trying to fight all the time.
Hello.
Right.
She bring up the bones. She brought up the bones, y'all. Okay. we go eat on them bones, or our bones are getting old now. You absolutely right. Like, I've been sitting too long now, and I'm just woo. All right, guys. Thank you guys. We have another segment of topics at the tea table with your girl Vanessa J. Let's end with a toast. We don't have no tea in our
Somebody
glasses.
could
so-
have filled me up.
I know, right? Y'all want to fill up first? Or you just go ahead and clean.
We're gonna have to
Okay.
clean because
Okay.
we get time for this.
Clean. Wait till you fill up. Thank you guys. You guys, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Topics at the tea table. Topics at the tea table. What we talking about? What we talking about? Topics at the tea table. Topics at the tea table. What we talking about? What we talking about? Hosted by Vanessa J. And it can't be a better way. Grab your tea and take a seat, cause you're in for a little treat. Topics at the tea table. Hosted by Vanessa J.